I got to tell you something. I've talked with several different psychologists about this and counselors about this. There is so many psychological and emotional benefits of pouring out your heart, okay? It's called feel and then deal. You guys, emotions are not bad things. Emotions are indicators. Like, you have all the indicators on your dashboard of your car. They tell you if your engine's getting too hot. They tell you if you have your high beams on. They indicate. You don't necessarily live your life by those indicators, but they'll help you to drive safely. And so emotions are not bad things. Don't try to suppress emotions, but look at those emotions and use them as an indicator to see what's right and what's wrong within your soul. They're indicators. And here's the cool thing, is that in the back of our brain, in the middle, there's this thing called the amygdala. And it's our fight or flight part of our brain. And if this amygdala you're able to relieve the pressure of this, it's able to function properly when you are able to be de-stressed. And one of the ways you can de-stress is to actually voice what is going on in the inside of your soul. So as you begin to speak it, as you begin to talk about it, then you're able to, it's like a pressure relief valve inside of your brain. And the reality is all of us, and I just want to speak to the men for a moment. And ladies, I need you to be nice. Please no elbows. Please no. I've been telling you this for years now. But I want you to do me a favor, men. I want you to listen to me. Men historically are not good at voicing what's going on inside of them. They'll go to the TV, pick up the remote, start flipping channels. Some might grab a beer. Some might grab some other drug, some other narcotic. Some might, just sit alone in their room or just go for a walk or take a drive. But there comes a point in time in all of our lives where what's best for us is actually to pour out our heart, to voice it, to share it. And I know, I started doing this years ago, and I listened to myself kind of voicing my complaint and voicing what's going on with me. And the first thought that came to my mind, please bear with me, was, Dave, you're a sissy. Dave, you're a wimp. But I started thinking about it, and then I started saying, you're stronger than this. And I specifically heard God say to me, no, you're not. See, here's the truth. God's strong, we're not. We're weak, God is strong. But in my weakness, I'm made strong. And one of the ways we become strong is as we pour out our heart before God. And then God is right there to affirm us. He's right there to say, it's going to be okay. So many times my kids, when they were younger, something would happen that would upset them. It was usually a sibling. But if it wasn't a sibling, it was a situation. It was something they couldn't figure out how to do something. Their homework didn't go well. Something wasn't going right. And they would come to Amy and or me, and they'd be disturbed. They'd be distressed. They'd be panicking. And the first thing I did was I would listen to them. I'd tell me what's going on. And they'd have to voice it. And as they were talking, I'm holding them, and I'm rocking them, and I'm gently got my hand on their back. And then I would listen. I'd say, well, I understand. And then I would say to them, it's going to be okay. And I would talk with them through that. Now, if I, as an imperfect dad, do that, how much more does God, your heavenly dad, want to take you in his arms, sit you down in his lap, listen to you, affirm you, gently stroke your back, and just let you know it's going to be all right. One Bible commentator said it this way: the idea is that the heart becomes tender and soft so that its feelings and desires flow out as water, and all its emotions, all its wishes, all its sorrows, all of its troubles are poured out before God. All that is in our hearts may be made known to God. Much more freely than to an earthly parent, to a father, to a mother, we may make mention of all of our troubles, little or great, before God, and God will see, and God will care, and God will assuage our fears and our anxiety. So here's what I want you to do right now. Again, we're practicing how do we rest in faith. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to fold your hands. I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose. And as you're breathing out, I want you right now to say, God, I'm trusting in you. And then I want you to begin to pour out your heart to God. I want you to say, God, here's what's been bothering me. Here's what's been disturbing me. And I'm not going to say it out loud because I'm going to let you do it. But we could turn my mic off, but I don't want to drive my AV team crazy. But I'm speaking it in my mind right now. God, here's what's been bothering me. Now help me, God. Give me your perspective. Let me know that it's going to be okay. Amen.